As a creator, lighting is very important to me, especially compact lighting that has a punch. My name's Philip, by the way. Hi. Today we're going to be talking about two very small lights. This is the 60d from Amaran by Aputure, and this is the 60x. It's a bicolor light, very similar to the 60d. I'm really liking these lights, and I think they look pretty damn good. So why don't we jump into them and have a look around.
Today we're talking about two lights that have just come out. They're lights Amaran by Aputure Lights, and we have the 60d and the 60x, and they are tiny. Look, if you put it on a little, tripod, you can actually, stick the V-mount plate with the Sony MPF batteries, and you can basically just, walk around with it, and it is bright. It is actually ridiculously bright for such a tiny little light. The X, which is this one right here, and the difference physically is that the X has a red dial, the D has a grey dial. The other difference between them is that this one costs $30 more. So the D, which is over there, which I can turn on and off, there you go. That one comes in at $169. This one comes in at $199. And they're really, really nicely made. They come in a very nice box. I gotta show you this box. And they have everything you need. You get this kind of hyper reflector because they have full Bowens mounts on such a tiny light. Aputure, you guys are, whoa. This one's plastic, by the way. It's called the hyper reflector, and it's got a 15-degree beam angle, which is pretty narrow. If you take it off, it's got a 120-degree beam angle, and the great thing is that it is covered with glass. A lot of lights that come nowadays, they don't have glass protecting the actual COB, which means dust gets on it, flies, food, whatever you guys do with your lights, and it ruins the actual COB. It's such a simple thing, a little piece of glass. So yeah, this is a full Bowens mount. You stick it on there, click it in, with absolutely no problem at all. Now, it's a plastic mount, so it might go in a little bit harder than the metal ones. And you get a nice cover, so you can also extra protect your light. You get the MPF plate, which, that's fantastic. You get a power cable, a really nice big one with the Amaran brand on it. You get this, I'll talk about that in a second, and you get the power adapter. So basically everything in this nice foam case. This is basically what holds your light. It's got a nice little /20 on top, which comes in like this. So you've just got it on a spigot and you slide it in here. And it's got a bit of foam, so it's going to protect your light and get nice and snug. And you basically just, maneuver it which way you want. And you may think that it might not be able to hold a lot, but it's holding that light dome SE over there. Aputure still haven't sent me the 150 centimeter light dome. Maybe I could try it on that. That would be cool. I would love a 150 centimeter light dome Aputure. But anyway, it's holding the SE with absolutely no problem on a tiny little light stand. So it's very, very compact. This is great, and the good thing about this is that it also has an umbrella hole, so you can stick an umbrella in there, and this whole thing works perfectly. The umbrella will move with the light because it's on the bit that moves, so, really well thought through. The light itself is 11 centimeters by 11 centimeters by 11 centimeters, so you could almost call it a pocket light. It's minuscule, it's tiny. Let me turn that off. And it comes in at 675 grams, so that really isn't a lot, is it? It's very attractive. I've got to say, as lights come, this is a sexy light. It is. It's quite a sexy light. It's got a big OLED screen on the back that basically tells you everything you need to know. And it's simple. You've got a Bluetooth reset button, and apart from that, you've got this. You hold it and push it in to change from your intensity to your color temperature. Sorry, it's one of those days. The 60X has a color temperature between 2700 Kelvin and 6500. So it goes from very, very warm all the way up to very, very cool. That's fantastic. The D over there only has daylight, so it's at 5600 Kelvin. And both of them have a CRI of 96 and a TLCI of 96. So color reproduction is fantastic. You're not going to have any kind of, Shrek or Avatar stuff going on. The color of your skin will be the color of your skin. Build quality, really good. You've got a fan in the back. It's kind of hard Amaran plastic that we're used to, but very well made. And apart from that, there really isn't much to it. This one has 9 lighting effects. So you can do fire, you can do explosion, TV. Good thing about this one, as it has warm LEDs inside, you can see the difference by looking at them. It's able to do fire and it's able to do warm effects, whereas the 60D can only do 8 effects. This one can do 9, so these reflectors do have serious hotspots, like I'm saying, like crazy. I got my light meter measured around them, and it was the normal kind of measurement that you'd get without the reflector. So we're talking about 3,500 lux at 1 meter. With the reflector on the 60X, I had to check it 6 times because I was in disbelief. The hotspot was getting 140,000 lux. I'm not kidding. I checked it a lot of times. I talked with my friend John, JT Shaver. He's a cool guy. You got to check him out. He's no doubt dropped this film as well today. And crazy hotspot on this, 140,000 lux. That one was coming in at 47,000 lux. So more or less what it's meant to on the hotspot. Without the hotspot, we're talking about 2,000, 2,200 lux without, as in the reflector. And that one will be coming in at about 3,000, 3,200 lux. So it's a little bit more powerful without the reflector, but with the reflector, this one just blows that away. Like I didn't know what was going on. Now they're both 65 watt lights and they have a power draw of 75 watts. To power them up, you're going to need 2 of these and this. And it's really as simple as just clicking them in. They have locks. And then when you've got this, you just... Am I doing it wrong? There you go. Slide it on. And that's what it looks like. So once you have that already, you can just slide it in here, screw it on, and boom, look at that. And like I said, if we press in the button, we can make it nice and warm. It's beautiful. Look how beautiful that is. This is me. It's a little bit bright, but it's got in love with it, And if you press it, it will literally just go through the Kelvin. So you can go, you can scroll it, but you can just press it. So you've got 2,700, 3,200, so tungsten, 4,300, 5,600 daylight, and then 6,500. And if we press and hold it, it will go into power. And the same with power. If you press it once, it's going to go 20%, 40, 60, 80, 100, and back to 20. Nothing else to these lights. Very nicely made. Thank you, Aputure, for sending them out. I will be using them a lot. If you haven't checked out my last Aputure review, you can find it right here. Both fantastic panel lights. Aputure are really making some incredible things with their Amaran set of lights for creators, for YouTubers. They're budget lights, but they're so well made that they're a pleasure to use. They really are. You know and you feel that you've bought something that is very worthwhile. You have a certain amount of satisfaction, and the fact that you can use it with the Sidus Link app at about well, quite a distance. I was all the way down the hall and it was working absolutely fine with no problems. And you can, I mean, the speed that you can control it is fantastic. It's definitely a fantastic app. It's definitely fantastic lights. It's definitely a fantastic lights. It's definitely a fantastic set of lights. Any questions, any comments, please drop them down below. I'll make sure to get back to you at the nearest possible moment. I'm filming this today, which is the 3rd of December 2021, and this is meant to be out on the 14th of December 2021. Now, on the 13th or 14th of December 2021, I'm meant to be having a son, Oscar, with a K. So I'm probably going to set this for scheduled, because I'm probably going to be pretty busy that day, which is today. So I'm probably a dad again. So I've got Mia and Oscar, 2 little kids. Life is beautiful. I think that's the meaning of life, having children. Have a wonderful day. Catch you guys soon. I'm going to go and change some diapers.